She hadn't laughed in 3 years. Hell, she'd barely even smiled. And if you ever met her back then, you'd probably get why. The first time I saw Savannah Hale, she looked like someone who'd survived a 1,000-mile storm, only to step out into a world that forgot how to be kind. But you know what's wild? It took one greasy mechanic and a 6-year-old kid with a head full of alien dreams to crack open her silence and turn an ordinary garage into a place that felt like a second chance. You ever hear thunder so heavy it makes the floor vibrate? That's what was rolling over Ridgeville the afternoon Savannah showed up, rain pouring so hard it looked like the sky had sprung a leak. I was tightening a bolt under the world's most hopeless Ford, boots patched, jeans ripped, country radio humming in the background, pretending like I wasn't worried about the bills piling up in my back office. My son, Micah, curly-haired, quiet, building spaceships out of junk and hope, was doodling on a cardboard box nearby. His universe a lot safer than mine, I think. That's when the black SUV glided in, polished, armored, the kind you only see in movies or nightmares. Some guy with a jaw you could use to break bricks hops out, does the whole bodyguard routine, then she appears. She looked about 17, way too young for that haunted look in her eyes. Makeup perfect, boots expensive, but the way she held herself? Like she was trying to be invisible in plain sight. No words, just this silence that pulled the room tight. Fuel relay's shot. Can you fix it? No questions, no paperwork. The bodyguard barked at me. I said I could. When I glanced at her, she just stared right past me, hands shaking a bit. Then, something strange. She walked straight past the seats, right over to where Micah was. She sat, didn't say a word. Micah looked up, and, in that way only kids can, asked if she wanted to draw aliens. She just sat there, still as stone. I thought that was the end of it. But then I found her name in the glove box, Savannah Hale, daughter of Ethan Hale, tech tycoon, basically royalty. Made headlines when her mother died on her birthday. Since then, not a word to anybody. Therapists called her unreachable. She just sat on my garage floor, not a penthouse, not a doctor's office. And for some reason, she didn't leave, even after the car was fixed. When her driver called, she flinched but didn't argue, just faded out like a ghost. The next morning, though, the SUV was back. Only this time, no suits, no guards, just Savannah, clutching a sketch pad like a lifeline. Jeans, no makeup, barely holding it together, but showing up anyway. Micah lit up, held out a roll of duct tape. We're making a rocket. Want to help? Still no words, but she slid to the floor, started sketching. I kept working, acting like this was normal, like I wasn't watching some miracle in progress. Micah started in on his made-up galaxy, alien squirrels, broccoli planets, the whole deal, and Savannah drew every single thing he dreamed up. When he wrapped a wrench in tinfoil and called it the Space Plunger 3000, I braced for her to roll her eyes. But she didn't. She almost smiled. You had to squint to see it, but it was there. And then, out of nowhere, Micah says, "Dad, if the aliens show up, you gotta power the rocket by farting." A burrito fart. I nearly spit my coffee out. And then, Savannah laughed. Not a tiny giggle, but a real, honest laugh, echoing off the tool cabinets. She slapped a hand over her mouth, shocked. 3 years of silence, gone in one ridiculous moment. I just handed her a wrench, nodded at the heater core, and said, "Aliens or not, I need a hand." She got up, came over, didn't flinch when the grease smeared her palm. She just kept moving, as if remembering how to be alive. By the end of the day, she'd spoken 5 words. Micah's rocket needs better paint. I pointed her to the spray cans. She came back with canary yellow, painted stars on the cardboard fins. When she left, there was no driver, just her and the sketch pad. That's when I realized she chose to come here, and I wasn't about to ask why. Next morning, she beat me to the garage. 2 coffees in hand. I'd started to believe things might stay peaceful, until a Rolls-Royce ghosted up the road. Ethan Hale himself stepped out, suit sharp enough to slice bread. Smile like a winter chill. "You the mechanic? My daughter's been here." I nodded. He looked around, sneered at the mess, asked what she was doing. "Painting a spaceship with my kid," I said. "She belongs in therapy," he snapped. "Not a rundown shop with a dropout." That one stung, but I shrugged it off. "She's safe. She's smiling. That's more than you've managed in 3 years, right?" He didn't answer. Inside, Savannah's laughter echoed. Ethan froze. She hasn't smiled in 3 years, he whispered. Not once. Well, I said, maybe she's just tired of being fixed. He didn't come in. He left, cold, silent, trying to figure out how a mechanic's garage could do what all his money and experts couldn't. That night, I found a check in my truck, $500,000. With a note, stay away. I burned it in the alley. Didn't want hush money. I wanted Savannah to keep laughing. That night, she came by, hoodie up, peanut butter sandwich in hand. My dad's never sat on the floor, she whispered. I grinned. That's where the best spaceships are built. She laughed again, freer this time. It couldn't last, right? The next morning, 3 black SUVs showed up. Men in suits, a woman with a clipboard, and Ethan, jaw set, eyes empty. Savannah was in the back, caged again. The woman flashed credentials. Savannah Hale. Minor. Full custody. She's being evaluated. She's not a danger to anyone, I said. She needs space. She's regressing. Ethan barked. Micah started crying. Savannah, desperate, reached for her sketch pad, but a man grabbed her wrist. She screamed, a sound like breaking glass. I put myself between her and the suits. Voice calm. You scare her again. I'll forget I'm a civilian. Ethan lost it. She's my daughter. She's not property. I shot back. The soot clinging to Micah's drawing. Then, Savannah screamed, I'm not broken. Stop sending people to fix me. I'm just not you. The room went silent. Even the men in suits backed off. That night, Savannah stayed in the back office. We glued wings to the rocket, painted stars on Micah's cheeks. Before bed, she whispered, thank you. I said, you did that. I screamed, yeah, you sure did. She smiled, for real. 2 weeks slid by. Savannah became part of the garage, a fixture like the creaky fan or the old red toolbox. Still quiet, but not silent. Still hurting, but less every day. She laughed at Micah's alien jokes, my awful Elvis impressions, even cursed when she dropped a wrench. That's karma for skipping leg day. She was healing and didn't know it. My garage was still falling apart, but suddenly, hope felt real. Then the city contract landed, along with a surprise inspection, clipboards, checklists, panic. Day of, everything broke. Lift jammed. Compressor leaking, fuse box sparked. I was losing it. Then Savannah stood up. I can fix the lift, she said. I almost laughed. But she was already working, hair tied back, muttering about pressure and sediment, moving like she belonged. 10 minutes later, lift working, inspector satisfied. She your apprentice? They asked. I smiled. Something like that. We passed. That night, we built a robot out of cardboard. Savannah's hair messy, face smudged, but happy. Ethan showed up. No guards, no shouting, just a dad with takeout and a stack of her old drawings. He hovered at the edge, then sat, awkward, on the garage floor. For the first time, Savannah walked over, sat next to him. They talked. No shouting, no running away. Later, Ethan came to me. I was wrong, he said. You didn't fix her. You just let her be. It's amazing what happens when you give people space, I said. He nodded, watched her paint planets on Micah's helmet. She never had that. Not even from me. I told him, you've got time, if you're willing to sit on the floor. A month later, we hung a new sign, Cooper and Hale Automotive, rocket ship building after 5. Savannah taught Micah how to airbrush. I taught her how to run invoices. Ethan brought dinner on Fridays. Sometimes, Savannah would look at me, grin, and say, you still owe me a burrito fart-powered rocket. I'd groan, Micah would cheer, and Savannah, she'd laugh. So, tell me, what do you think? When is it right to fix someone? And when do we just need to sit on the floor beside them and let them be? Drop your thoughts below, about justice, about healing, about what family really means. Let's talk.